What is going on, everyone? This is Stingers Up, and I am your host, Andrew Wright. Yes, it is another episode, and we have a good one for you today. Man, it's exciting what's happening over at Sanger West. It's the hope is back up for all these teams. So let's dive into it. So I wanted to start off with this because I do know that the Sanger West girls volleyball team are big supporters of this podcast. So shout out to them, first of all. Second of all, they put on a great show. So they, on Thursday, had a game against Justin Garza at Sanger West. And Justin Garza, let's talk about them first. They have some really tall girls. I mean, probably some of their basketball team is on there. But there are some really, really tall girls. They're incredible spikers. So really, really good team. This is a really talented team. Whereas Sanger West, we may not have the length, but we do have a great team chemistry. And we have some girls who are not afraid to put, their body on the line, where they're diving for balls. They're, very, very well communicative towards each other. So I was really looking forward to this game. Of course, it was elementary night. So, my daughter, shout out to her, shout out to Nadia. She's on the volleyball team over at Centerville Elementary School. So she was really looking forward to this game. She wanted to come. She really wanted to go so bad that she was like, "Dad, can we go to the JV game?" And I said, "Absolutely, let's go." So we went to the JV game, stayed for the varsity game, and it was a ton of fun. Now, the varsity girls, they put up a really good fight. The first set of the volleyball game, obviously Justin Garza ended up winning it, and it wasn't great for Sanger West. There was just a lot of miscues here and there. They got, Justin Garza got a lot of spikes in the beginning. We weren't blocking them very well, or I don't think we were reading it very well. And then when we did, we hit it right out of bounds. So it was a tough one. And I'm not going to say that the girls played bad, but there were some miscues that we did have, and then unfortunately that ended up turning into to the first set loss. So going into the second set, it felt like, okay, Sanger West is going to come back now, and they did a lot better. They started off hot right away. I mean, I think they scored about 3 in a row after Justin Garza scored 1. So, so we were kind of going back and forth for a while. Again, though, the power that Justin Garza has, and the length that Justin Garza has over Sanger West, we really couldn't match with them very well. And it ended up, them getting the second set as well. So we're down 2 sets, and it was a little unfortunate. I felt kind of bad because then the girls had to go put on a show for elementary night. They let the elementary school girls, go out on the court and, try and they all were serving a volleyball, and they're trying to serve it onto, they set like T-shirts on the court. And if you hit a T-shirt on your serve, you get a shirt. So, they got to do that, and all the volleyball girls were basically putting on that show. They were the ones who were handling it. So in the middle of their game. So it was a little rough for them. I felt bad for them, but the third set, we were in it for a good long while. The girls were really fighting. He was going back and forth. But towards the end, when Justin Garza got about to 20, it just seemed like it was an insurmountable feat that we had, and unfortunately, rotations we had to get going, and I felt like the third group, because it was a little bit different of a group, I felt like they had a lot of juice to them, and and they were actually ended up doing really well. But it was a little too late type of a thing. And unfortunately, St. West ended up losing 3 sets in a row to Justin Garza. Garza gets the win. Listen, of course, is it discouraging? It's a little deflating. Of course it is. You don't want to lose games like that. And especially from what I saw from Sanger West. And listen, you don't have to be a volleyball savant to understand this. Like when you see a team that's good and you watch them play and they lose like that, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad team or you were wrong in your assumption. It just means they had a bad game. And that's kind of what I felt like it was in that game. I felt like, St. West is a good team. They're very, very well communicating with each other. The miscues here and there, it wasn't too bad. It was a missed shot here or, trying to hit the ball up and, unfortunately hit it straight or something. It was just one of those fluke things that it happened, trying to dive for the ball. I think there were a couple of times where, the girls got a little confused on who was going to get it, but, oh no, that happens. That's what happens in volleyball every single game. It's never going to be perfect. Unfortunately it happened to them. Like, it's a really good team as well. So, I'm not worried about Sanger West at all. I'm not worried about the girls volleyball team. I think they're going to come back and they're going to do just fine. It's going to be a lot better. I guarantee you this week. So, but I wanted to shout them out. Good job, girls volleyball team. Man, you guys were, seriously, I know you guys are good. So don't get discouraged. A loss, it happens. Just go right back to it and fight. All right, guys. So then we have Sanger West football. So the Hornets actually had to go on the road, and they went over to Madera South, where they had to play the Stallions. And boy, oh boy, Sanger West, this is exactly what I said last week. As I said, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Sanger West comes out and just goes off on Madera South. And that's exactly what they did. But it also helps that they got healthy. Aaron Cox Jr. comes back. DeRay Bland comes back. Big comebacks for these for the Hornets. Those are 2 big players that are very highly needed on this football team. Bland is a running back / receiver at times, and he is dynamic, very fast, very shifty. He's a short guy, but he's got a great center of gravity. So he's not easily just brought down right away. So very shifty, very, very fast. So he's a big part of our offense. Aaron Cox Jr. coming back. I asked him, I said, are you going to play running back and defensive end, or are you just playing one? He goes, no, I'm just playing D end. That's all I'm going to do. They feel good about Dominique and Malachi as the 1-2 backs. And, I'm sure DeRay also got a few carries as well. But, man, oh, man, it was a clinic. There's not much to say. Now, what I kept hearing all week was Madera South. These guys are big. These are big dudes. These are guys who, eat corn for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Corn-fed guys. These guys are big, and that's all I kept saying. And I told a lot of our football players. I said that means they're slow, and I'm sure your coaches are saying that too. Listen, it might be big, it might be real strong, but what do we have that they don't have is speed. And so I said, that's what you guys need to use. Utilize your speed in this game. And that's what we did, man. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter or not, but DeRay, who on Twitter posted a couple of his videos from the game, He had a big catch in the end zone for a touchdown. It was actually on the Friday Night Lights shows on the local channels. I believe this was NBC. Could have been ABC. Could have been all of them. Could have been Fox. I mean, CBS, whatever it was. But they shouted out Sanger West and showed the video. Brendan dropping back to throw, seeing DeRay wide open, and Brendan threw it a little too high, but DeRay went and grabbed it, snagged it out of the air, came down with it in the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, huge stuff. So it was good to see. I think DeRay caught he caught 2 touchdowns, I believe. So really good stuff. So shout out to DeRay, first of all. Had a great game, an awesome game. It was good to see him back. Man, you can tell he was happy to be back just by the way he was playing. He couldn't have been happier that he was there. So shout out to DeRay and glad that he got to come back. We were nervous that he may not be coming back this season. It sounded like it could have been, a season-ending type thing, but luckily it was more benign than anything, and so he was back into the full swing of things. So that was really, really good to see. Another thing, another shout out I did want to give was Brendan Hall. I think Brendan has been slowly progressing this season, and this is kind of who Brendan is. He was on the basketball team last year, and I was coaching him up a little bit. But what Brendan does is he starts off at a base, and he's just going to give you effort. And then what he does with that effort is he starts learning on the fly during games, in practice, and you start slowly seeing that progression. And that's what I've seen this year on the football team as well. As, like I said, the last 2 weeks I've come on here and said, I'm really impressed with his read options. The way he's reading things, it's actually been really, really good. And it's gotten us positive plays. It's gotten the offense going, and he's doing a really good job with that. And when he's doing that, he's starting to gain confidence in the passing game. And today, on Friday, I felt like he did an excellent job of that. And listen, we can say, oh, maybe Madera South isn't that good, or maybe Sanger West just be not a great team. Listen, Madera South, like I said, these are big boys. These are guys who are very strong, and they, they're a young team, so they're only going to get better. So they're not a bad team. But where Sanger West, we have a little bit more experience is the best way. We have more experience than what they had, and so that experience obviously paid off. And so very happy for the Hornets to win this game. They ended up winning 36-14. So big win. Could not be happier for the Hornets. That is what we needed. So this coming week, we got Matilda Torres coming to Sanger West. It'll be at Tom Flores Stadium, Hall of Fame Tom Flores Stadium. So definitely get your butt out there. It's a pink out. It's the homecoming game. There's a lot that's going to be going on. So I encourage all of you, if you're unsure, come out to the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. They have a lot going on. Like I said, homecoming. It's a pink out. They're going to do the powder toss. So it's going to be a ton of fun. And then, of course, homecoming is going to be on Saturday for the dance, and that'll be really fun as well. So looking forward to all of that. Boy, oh boy, I'm looking forward to all of that. So but yeah, I'm really proud of the Hornet boys for competing and getting their win. And now they're going to take this momentum to Matilda Torres, who is not a bad football team. They're actually pretty good. So we're going to be tested. We're going to be tested this week, but it's homecoming week. So that means we got to be that much better. So looking forward to watching this game. And like I said, I encourage all of you to come out and watch the Hornets play. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for me. This is a short video. The boys basketball team did get to play 2 games on Saturday. They ended up losing both, but unfortunately I wasn't able to go. I thought I was going to. There's a mix up in my schedule, so I wasn't able to go and watch, but I'll have to watch the film and maybe assess it, and we'll see what I can say, but I probably won't do a video on them. But shout out to them for working as hard as they have been, and season's starting to creep up, so I know they're getting excited. They're more and more ready, so it's going to be fun. All right, guys. Well, that is it for me. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe. Please listen to the last Drew Code episode where Cody talks about the Raiders. And, I'm sure he's going to have a lot to say this week after the Raiders ended up losing to the Broncos, I think for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. So it's a little discouraging, but we will see all that as long as you listen to the episode. I mean, that's all I can say. So thank you guys so much. I will talk to you later. Have a good one.